Hello, hello. Welcome to Happiness is a Healthier Habit with me, Jackie Poole, where we chat about mom life, weight loss, habits, and everything in between. And a few weeks ago, I did a nutrition class. Last week was part 1, and this is part 2. And it couldn't be at a perfect time because yesterday was actually the first day of spring. We see all our flowers blooming in the roads, in our fields, and it's really beautiful to see that. And this is such a great way for you to start spring cleaning some habits and making some changes in your nutrition. We are already going into the 4th month, which is coming up in a few days. So we're already going to be in our first quarter done for the year. And so time is going really fast. And this is a great time to spark up some changes, make some habits happen, and start making some healthy, conscious choices. So let's get started. Why do we want to live a healthier life? And so today we're going to be talking about 6 ways to change your nutrition. And these are just a couple of things that we talk about through the whole course of Morning Winds program. And these are just, again, the top of the basic things that we talk about. And we definitely dive deeper into more of strategies and protocols that we could personalize to your own life to make these changes permanent and make them easy and, most importantly, simple to you, because being a mom can be so complicated with all the schedules and work and kids and sports. And so again, I want to make this as simple as possible for you. So let's get started with number 1. And we kind of talked about this one a little bit already, which is, being clear. Why do we want to make these changes? What is your big why? What are the reasons we are eating poorly? And how are we making these changes? Are we going to decide we're going to start walking? We're going to implement more veggies? What is the plan, right? So without having without having our GPS telling us where to go, we won't know where to go. So that's what this is having a plan down. And you might feel awkward or weird, like, oh, why do I have to do this? I know what I'm going to do. I know why I want to do this. But actually writing out, putting it pen to paper makes a really big difference on your brain. Like, she's serious. She really wants to make these changes. And being able to see that, checking in with yourself, and defining who's going to be there to help you. Again, is it going to be that coach? Is it going to be your spouse? Is it going to be your bestie? Like, who's going to be your support group? Having that accountability partner or that someone that's going to, hold you accountable, you are more likely to succeed with your results, with your goals, what you're committed, like 50% more than if you were just to wing it alone. Because, there's that kind of the back of the mind that you don't want to fail them either. And so it's very good to have that, because it will keep you motivated in times when you want to feel like give up, that you don't want to do this, that might be kind of difficult for you, or you're going through a rough patch. Things happen. Life is never a straight line. And so that will make a huge difference in how you go about ending your goals, is being clear on what you want to do first. Number 2 is sticking to your guns. Really focus on your goal. In most cases, we don't eat right again. We talked about emotions. We have those social obligations. We're already in March, but I feel like we just had Christmas. We just had Thanksgiving. We had New Year's. I don't know how many birthday parties I've gone to this year already. We have one next week. We had Valentine's, and I still have so much candy that I haven't given to my kids from Halloween and Christmas. And it's just like, I'm saving it, but I don't know why. I should just kind of throw it away. But we have all of these things, and we don't believe in ourselves. There maybe that back of our head, we have this voice that it's talking us to us negatively. And so we really have to, the more we do things, the more we stick to our guns, the more confidence we build, the better we feel. And so we start achieving those goals. We start getting into this rhythm. We start, feeling better. And so again, staying consistent, definitely going to help you boost your confidence. And it's not a weakness. It might feel like you're doing the same thing over and over again. But if you're seeing those changes, if you're feeling better, it's really focusing on being connected to yourself and being connected to your emotions to do the right thing. Like, what is the right thing for you at the time of the occasion of whatever is going on in your life at that moment? And so again, you want to confront those feelings and realize that they have nothing to do with food, and you are in control. Your gut is crucial. It is 70% of your immune system. It is the second brain, and it's basically the switch to your overall wellness. Having an optimal gut means having an optimal gut microbiome, which will help you not only lose weight, but make it simple. With the one-of-a-kind Access Prebiotic, the gut health goes way beyond with the 3-in-1 microbiome matrix technology, which features 3 key factors. Number 1, the GOS Prebiotic helps your gut bacteria, the good bacteria, populate faster and with a greater density. Number 2, it's the NeuroFlora Probiotic Complex, which provides 3 scientifically selected strains of acid-resistant bacteria, which is shown to improve microbiome diversity, improve your immune health, brain, and cognitive health. And number 3 is the Epicor GI, a whole food fermentate that supports a healthy gut lining for optimal nutrient synthesis and overall well-being. The Access Prebiotic uses an innovative beadlet delivery system, and there is no pills to swallow. Add it into a shake, an oatmeal, or take it in a spoonful combined with the CLA chocolate trim to optimize your GI tract, optimize your well-being, your energy, and live a much healthier lifestyle. I actually have a referral link for you to get $10 off your first order. The link will be in the show notes, and I can't wait for you to try this amazing Prebiotic Access technology. Of everything. And number 3 is going to be starting your day right. And so Morning Wins, the coaching program that I have, this is what we talk about. We talk about morning habits. So I'm such a big believer that morning habits make a huge difference in how we go about our day. So instead of starting our day with a donut, start it with an apple. Here we have 2 types of carbs, right? But let's say they're both 100 calories, which that doesn't really, matter, but you want the 100 calories of the apple because it has more fiber, because it has more nutrients. It's just a better choice, right? So you want to start your day with that. And so I always suggest for a morning breakfast, it's great to start with a protein and veggies or a little shake, some protein milk and spinach, a really quick, shake that you can, throw in the blender real quick and go. For me, starting off with protein will keep you fuller, as well as you want to reach that goal of protein for the day. A good recommended amount of protein is 100 to 130 grams, especially if you're working out, if you're trying to build muscle, that's just a good average. And it can be difficult to reach those numbers, but, through the coaching program, we talk about how we achieve this and how we get our protein intake, because that is really going to help us with cravings, with feeling full, with not having to wanting to snack. So it really makes a difference. And so again, you want to start back to your breakfast for the morning. You want to start with really low glycemic foods. Those are blueberries, grapefruits, oats. Those are really great way to start your day, because your sugar levels, you want them to stay kind of in a leveled state throughout the day. You don't want them to go all the way up and then just go back down. You don't want to feel run down by the end of the day. It's, like you're ready for, to go to bed at 3 p.m. I've known people, once they go out for lunch and they come back and they're like dying because they're like, I need to take a nap. You do not want your body to feel like that. And so starting your morning off that way and keeping those blood level sugars level throughout the day will keep you from crashing and needing that nap at 3 p.m. And so today I wasn't really going to talk about exercise, but another great way to help you in the mornings is starting maybe a little fasted walk. It will help with cravings. It will help, release fat faster. It will help you also, if you want to do some strength training, it can also help you lose fat, because you're building muscle, you're building more strength, you're burning more calories throughout the day, not just during the cardio session, right? So again, I'm not here to talk about exercises, but those are a great way to start your day, because it's also going to give you a buttload of energy. You might feel like you're tired, you're dragging, but, all of those endorphins, all of those hormone feels, you're going to feel so much energy once you're done with that. And if that's what you need to start, feeling perky and great in the morning, then that might be something that you need to change. I'm not saying that working out in the afternoon or at night is better, but that's just a great way to boost your energy without any caffeine, without any, thermogenics that will affect you. That is just natural energy that is coming from your own body. And so another thing to start your day off, right, is drinking water with lemon. And so drinking water with lemon is going to already start with your digestion, getting those juices flowing, right? So it's great to have before, a meal, but especially in the morning, because, you're in a dehydrated state. You're waking up, you could feel more tired. And so drinking that water is already going to start, getting some functions going automatically, burning some energy, and it's really going to help facilitate release stored body fat. So you're just wanting to stack all of these habits in your favor so you can start seeing all of these results at a much faster rate. And so number 4 is eating mindfully. And to be honest, this is one of the hardest ones, especially I believe like for being a mom. It's really hard to do eat mindfully because I'm always with kids. I'm on the phone, or, we throw on the TV, or it's really difficult to try, but it's always great to practice it. Not, it doesn't have to be perfect. Even remembering to be mindful is such a good victory. Like, I realize I'm on my phone, let me put it down and me just focus on that. So what does that mean, eating mindfully? is, really getting to know why you're doing certain things, paying attention to what you're eating, to what you're drinking, really experience it in, all your five senses. There's this thing when you drink like that first sip of coffee, that first taste is like the best one, right? So, same thing here. You just want to make that, that maybe if you're having a hard time with it, to make sure that you're being mindful to that just first bite, pay attention to all of its senses, including, for example, the texture, the flavor, the color, the temperature, even remembering to be mindful can be such a great victory. And so, again, eating mindfully also includes taking our time eating. That sometimes we inhale our food. We just chow it down. I gotta eat it because it's gonna get cold. I don't got time. My gotta take my kids. We gotta be out the door. So remembering to chew our foods, even our shakes, practice that chewing motion, because digestion starts actually in our mouths. So when we chew our food, enzymes start processing and breaking down all of its minerals and micronutrients. And so it's really important for proper digestion, for the absorption of all of the nutrients, which we talked about. So without having proper digestion, we won't be able to take all of those good things that come in the whole foods that we're eating. So again, we want to stack all of these things in our favor, and doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be perfect, that you're going to do it all the time, but even remembering to do it every once in a while, it's going to make a huge difference. Number 5 is being aware of mealtime. There's sometimes so many things that we do, we say stories or we tell ourselves that we find it hard to meal prep. We find it hard to work out. I don't have time to go to the gym. I don't have time here. I don't have time there. But it's sometimes being aware that, okay, we ate breakfast. What time is it? Okay, it's lunchtime. I have to eat, right? And again, is being connected with our bodies, with ourselves, and are we really hungry? Should we be eating? Because just because it's mealtime doesn't mean that it's time to eat. Or just because there's food there or available doesn't mean that your body needs the food right now, right? Like I mentioned earlier, I worked at a pediatrician's office for a really long time. And before COVID, we would get snacks and things delivered to the clinic all the time. And I would be like the first one to be like, I want some cookies. They brought cake. Like I was like the first one to be like, okay, I want some. But you really have to make a decision. Like, do you really need it? Are you hungry? You just ate? What is it? So, I know it can be really difficult too, being at home, not snacking or having the kids' leftovers. That can also be something very challenging. But going back to the nutrients and eating the proper foods, which I teach you in the coaching program, it's going to help you not have those cravings, not reach for the snacking, not reach for those kids' leftovers. It's going to help you make better decisions. And so a suggested meals for the day are 4 to 6 times a day, even 3 to 6, whatever works for you. The more meals, the better. There's people that have one meal and it works for them. But to be honest, if you're trying to lose weight, you want to keep the meals smaller, you want to keep them more frequently. But for me, a happy medium is 4. I feel like 6, I ain't got time to be, meal prepping 6 things and snacks. And I just don't. So I focus on 3 meals and a snack or something like along those lines. That's just easier and much more simpler, in my opinion. But whatever works for you and your goals, as far as that goes and preparing all of those things. But, we want to keep it simple. We want to be aware of our time, and that's just a suggested amount. Another tip that I have for you here today is give yourself a 2 to 3 hour space between dinner and going to sleep. I know dinner is one of our most social times for most people. I know our families actually are breakfast because we actually have time to sit down and do all that stuff. But for most people, it's dinner. And so what that means is people, have work late, they eat later, and then they sit down and eat, and then like in an hour or like they go to sleep right away. And sometimes you don't want that because your body is trying to digest this food while you're going to sleep. So not only does it increase the temperature of your body, it's also focusing on digesting the food instead of like cleaning and processing all of these things that it needs to do for sleeping time or during bedtime. So that would be a great thing to do if you're able to do that. We have dinner at 5 and, the kids go to sleep at 7 or 8, depending on what the time change is going to be here soon. So I've been putting them down an hour earlier because I need extra time alone and they need that extra sleep for next week. So yes. And then again, we touched a little bit about this in the previous one, but number 6 is we often feel the need to rush. And again, we forget to be mindful and we're always moving quickly and feel like we never have enough time and hustle, hustle, hustle. I can sacrifice sleep, but we really forget to make ourselves a priority, which we really should. We should be on the top of our to-do list, and this happens in many aspects of our lives. If we have little ones who are not sleeping through the night, it can be definitely very difficult to get adequate sleep, which, we recover. But improving our sleep hygiene is also going to make a huge difference in how we lose weight. So, in terms of weight loss and morning habits, it starts at night, and having that great quality sleep, it's actually a number one for losing weight, because without repairing, without our body being rested and, repaired and flushed out and detoxed and cleansed, we can't do other processes correctly and the way they should. So sleep should actually be number one as far as if you're trying to lose weight and, decrease your fat in your body. That's going to be number one, is adjusting your sleep. And so let me move this here. If you are tired, if you're just tired of all the diets on what to eat or how to eat, but they don't really focus on the whole you, and if you're just having a hard time, trying to work up the energy or the motivation to invest in yourself, if you're fighting hormonal cravings, if you're dedicating all of this time to your family and it's really hard to make time to take care of yourself, not enough hours in the day, especially with multiple children, not knowing what to do with all of this information out there, starting the day with good intentions and then you fall off the wagon, then you try to convince yourself that you start again or tomorrow. And if you're just somebody that's been there and done that and just are ready, and you're ready to experience a way of eating that will forever change your relationship with food, that you're going to just make it simple and, get it done through a simple morning habit that will eliminate all of that food drama. And if you really want to start eating yummy foods, nourishing, filling, that will get rid of all of those cravings. And if you want energy and you want to balance those hormones, to lose weight and keep it off for a lifetime, so you're full of confidence in yourself and just have that extra time for yourself and your family. All of this is possible. And so this comes with the Morning Winds weight loss program. And it is a completely done for you program. It's a step-by-step morning guide to lose the weight. We focus not on mental nutrition. We strategized in changing your stories, your beliefs, so that you can make permanent changes in your life. We focus on physical nutrition, how we treat your body, how we feed your body so that you can lose the weight. We focus on nutrition, movement. There's also free check-ins, weekly one-on-one coaching calls, personalized protocols to your individual needs. And most importantly, I will be there for you. That accountability that you're missing, that you want, that is going to help you succeed, I will be there. And third, we focus on that inner connection you have with yourself and others. Learn to make yourself a priority, manage stress, differently with types of strategies so that you can stay consistent and not be overwhelmed when life happens. Thank you so much for listening to the show today. I am so glad that you were able to join me. And if you got a lot of value out of the episode today, please share it to anybody that you know that might want to learn something new or is struggling with their own health issues. And again, I am so glad that you guys got to join me today. And if you are looking to get coached on nutrition to finally lose the weight that you've been trying to lose for a very long time, I am here to help you. All you have to do is schedule a call with me at JackiePools.com. We get on a simple Zoom call, talk about your goals, and how I can help you get there. It is that simple. It's a free call. It's only 30 minutes. So let's get you started.